Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is the Advice Arena, where you can get advice on playing in Arena, and this is my first ever one night in Karazhan Arena run. The adventure just hit. I'm really excited to jump back into the Advice Arena to see how some of these new Karazhan cards actually play in the arena. I think there are quite a few promising ones, particularly with the Warrior and the card Fool's Bane, and since we did get Warrior here as a possible class, I'll pick Warrior even though it's traditionally worse than the other two classes here, which are both very good in Arena. I'm just excited to see what Warrior has to offer, and I think that'd be a great way to launch my one night in Karazhan Arena career. So I will say that for this run, I'm of course going to try to pick the best deck. I'm not using the Hearth Arena Companion app because I don't think it's had quite enough time yet to figure out the one night in Karazhan cards, but I also am probably going to bias myself towards Karazhan cards, just because I want to see how they do, and it's fun, and the adventure just came out, so I'm excited to see these cards in action. That said, there aren't that many Karazhan cards that have been released yet. That's only the first week, so I'm not sure we'll even see any. I'm not exactly even sure how that works, but let's go ahead and get drafting, see how this goes. I will go ahead and take the Imp Master here. Dragon Knight can be good in Warrior because you have some ways to activate it. I don't even hate Commanding Shout because it sets up good trades and draws a card. Maybe we'll actually just go ahead and take the Commanding Shout here over the Imp Master. Keeping a minion alive can do a lot of work against certain classes, plus just card cycle is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's go ahead and try that. Here I'll take the Fairy Dragon because it's a 2-drop. Silent Knight is okay. I hate Silverback Patriarch, of course, but this is just a good 2-mana minion that can really cause problems for people. Here I will go ahead and take the Cavaldier Raider. I also like Spectral Knight. Ice Rager's pretty bad, just dies too easily. The Cavaldier Raider, though, has potential as a very big drop that can get out of hand quickly. Warriors, your hero power is not the most active thing that contests the board, but 7 mana, 6/6 gain 2 armor is not the worst turn ever, so Cavaldier Raider feels pretty good here. I think I'll take the Bloodhoof Brave here, just because it's very good. It's a taunt, has good stats, trades well into low-cost boards. I don't hate Bash just because it's removal, and removal is pretty valuable in Arena. So maybe we take the Bash. Rampage is just a little too inconsistent and hard to work with, so I'm going to pass on that. I think I'll go ahead and take the Bash. It's hard to say what our deck looks like just yet. But good removal spells are valuable. Armor is not super valuable though, so I think I'd rather have weapons than Bash. That said, I'll take the Bloodhoof Brave here. Let's see. We'll take the Argent Horse Rider. It's pretty good at trading and leaving a minion around. It can be very annoying for people to deal with. I don't hate Infested Torrent either, but it doesn't trade super well as a 2-attack minion. It's got a lot of stats for a 4-cost. It's a taunt, but we already have a 4-mana taunt. Honestly, I don't even hate Charge a ton. It can make some big plays, but Argent Horse Rider already has Charge, right? Here I'll take the Bash. I kind of wanted it anyway. Infiltrator's just a little too weak. I wouldn't hate to have one drop perhaps, but Wind Fury Harpy, you don't have Wind Fury on defense, so it's a Chill Wind Yeti 90% of the time. It's way too expensive. Oh, I like Cultist just because it's got good stats, but we don't have any Pirates yet, and we're not likely to guarantee that synergy. So we'll take the Blitzacre here. It's just a good little ping effect, can get us a nice little minion, set up trades, all kinds of flexibility with this card. Angry Chicken, of course, way too weak, doesn't do enough. I'll take the Cruel Taskmaster here as well. It's got some synergies with our deck, can help you trade up really efficiently. Works well with like Bloodacre, Bloodhoof Brave. These are both okay. I guess Devil's Horse probably not that good because we don't have a beast and are unlikely to get a beast. Spectral Knight's okay, but Cruel Taskmaster is just a cool card. We'll take the Spiteful Smith here. We should get a weapon or two, and it's just a good minion anyway, and if you get that Enrage effect off, it's really nice, and we have ways to proc that Enrage effect. Dread Corsair is not bad in weapon classes either, just because it's a high-tempo taunt. I don't even hate Abusive Sergeant because it sets up trades, but Spiteful Smith just feels really good here. Mind Control Tech's pretty intriguing. People don't usually play around it. I think we'll go ahead and take this. I don't hate Imp Master either, but 1/1s can be kind of bad in Warrior because you can't do stuff like Cruel Task or Bloodacre them, so I'll grab the Microsoft Tech. We still hate the Angry Chicken, of course. This card's insane if you have a lot of dragons. We actually have one dragon. We're not likely to get more. There just aren't that many dragons that are common in Arena. So I want it, but I just don't think it's that good. Axewinger's not very good, right? Bad stats for a 4-drop. You don't really care about dealing 2 damage to the enemy hero because you want to contest the board first and foremost. So usually that's just a wasted effect. Novice Engineer's card draw. You already have a little bit of card draw, but the body's just so weak. I'm actually going to take the Blackwing Corruptor just as a 5/4. Not banking on that Battlecry, but if we see some dragons, or we ever get that Battlecry off, it could be a huge play. Here we'll take the Annoytron, pretty good with ping effects and stuff. The Gurbashi also actually isn't bad with stuff like Cruel Taskmaster. But we don't have a consistent ping, right? So it's only good if you can guarantee that it gets buffed like a mage can, and we can't guarantee that, so I think we'll have to pass. The Archmage here, just not strong enough for a 6-drop. We'd rather have a body than the spell damage. We don't really care about that. So Noitron feels like the right choice. Here we'll take the Scarlet Crusader, make sure we have strong early game minions. It's honestly not ideal, of course, with all the whirlwind effects that Warrior has, but we haven't even seen those yet. I don't hate Silverhand Knight. It's a fine card. A lot of stats. But we have some good 5-drops already. Stormwind Knight's pretty weak. Just low stats. No good trades here. So Scarlet Crusader feels like a fine choice. Oh my god. These are all bad. We got 3 cards that can't attack. In a single pick. How rare is that? That's so random. Ancient Watcher we have no way to activate, so very bad. Target Dummy is just so weak, doesn't do anything. Summoning Stone's the pick here, but we don't have that many spells, right? We have 3 spells right now, so it's going to be very hard to make Summoning Stone work, but we have to take it. Paladin Shredder, obvious choice here. We need 4 drops. Stone Skin Gargoyle sucks. Mech Warper is okay, but we have some 2s, and it's not nearly as strong as Paladin Shredder. Okay, so the choice here is between Loot Hoarder and Cult Master. I think we'll go ahead and take the Cult Master just because, like I said, we do still need some 4 drops. And it's a pretty good one. Draws cards. We have some low-cost stuff that dies. Some anti-synergy with Commanding Shout, I guess, but that's unlikely to happen. We could try to take a Bolster. We have some taunts, right? Or no, that's... Oh yeah, we have some taunts. Noitron, Blood of Brave. I don't think we have enough, though. Also it has spell synergy with Summoning Stones, what I was thinking about, but I don't think it's worth giving up a good minion. Loot Hoarder's not terrible either. Just card draw, early game presence, but I like the Cult Master here. Here we'll take the Shield Block just for card draw, cycle, late game stuff, keep us alive, a little bit of heal. I don't want another Corruptor. We still only have the 1 dragon. Crocolisk is probably not a bad pick necessarily, just because it's a 2-drop, but I'll take the Shield Block there. Here I'll take Sparring Partner. It's actually not a bad 2-drop as far as stats are concerned, plus the effect can be relevant if you can taunt like a Scarlet Crusader and make it very annoying for them to trade. I don't hate Saboteur either, but we're getting heavier on 3s than 2s. And we definitely need some 2-drops here. I told myself that I would take One Night in Karazhan cards. This is the first one we've seen, the Pantry Spider. Summon a 1/3 Spider is the effect. You also have the 1/3 Spider. It's probably not the worst arena card. It does have some synergies with like Cruel Taskmaster. But that's about it as far as our deck is concerned. I guess Cult Master maybe. Eldritch Horror we're passing right away. Way too slow. Flame Juggler is awfully good. I really want to pick Flame Juggler, but in the interest of Karazhan, do we pick the worst card? I think this is a worse card than Flame Juggler. Do we pick the worst card just to see some Karazhan cards in action? I think we do. I'm really mostly just curious how this thing does. I think I'd typically rather have another Scarlet Crusader than a Pantry Spider. Let's actually just take the Flame Juggler. I want the deck to be good, right? Like, I want to win, so we'll take another Sparring Partner here. We need some weapons. I don't hate Upgrade. I also don't hate another Blood to Ichor. Maybe we just take the second Blood to Ichor for the ping effect and just to give us another flexible card to play. We have some card draws, so having 1-drops is not a bad thing. Here we'll take the N'Zoth's First Mate. Lowly Squire, just too slow, too weak. Fold Kobold, terrible stats for the cost. N'Zoth's First Mate, we need weapons. It's a good little 1-drop. Here, I kind of want the Obsidian Destroyer, but there's actually a chance to get another dragon. We do need some late game, though, right? Like, we don't have a lot of late game cards, so this is a pretty good one. It's good stats, infinite value, technically, if it sticks around. Still no Gargoyle. Is the second Fairy Dragon worth it for the Corruptor? I don't think it is. I think we need to take the Destroyer. If we see more dragons, we'll probably try to grab them. Unstable Ghoul has some synergy with Warrior, but not that much with our deck. Really just like the Bloodhoof Brave is it. Some actual counter synergies elsewhere. So here I kind of need a big drop, I think. So that's tempting, but I really like the Argent Squire. It's just, we have a pretty aggressive curve right now. And this helps us really cement that. We can apply a ton of pressure with all these Divine Shield cards. I'll take the Cruel Task here again. Man, they really want me to take this card. It's everywhere. The Ooze is, of course, not bad. But we can do a lot with this Cruel Taskmaster with all these Divine Shield cards and stuff. I don't love these picks. I don't really want another N'Zoth's First Mate. I'd really rather have a good weapon. So I think we'll take the Slam here. Cult Apothecary, we already have some health gain. It's just not a great minion. So the Slam, since our curve's kind of looking low, this could help us draw into cards. Sets up nicely with stuff like Blood to Ichor to finish off minions as well. Here we'll take the Pit Fighter just because it's got a big body. The other cards aren't that good. This dies too easy. This is unpredictable. I'll take the Ogre here. Whirlwind effect's actually pretty cool. But I don't think our deck is designed to support it. We have a lot of Divine Shields. A lot of low-cost stuff. Yeah, I don't really think our deck is designed to support it very well. So we'll go ahead and take the Ogre, just to give us one more big minion. Spell synergies would be nice, but summoning a 1-mana dude off Summoning Stone's really not that exciting, right? We still need 4 drops. We have only 3 4-drops, but none of these are 4-drops. I'm just thinking 6-drop does not translate into a 4-drop, but 2-drops kind of do. I think Direwolf Alpha is a pretty obvious choice here just because of all the Divine Shields. I don't hate Micro Machine, but this one just synergizes really nicely. Let's see. I like the idea of having a Stormwind Champ instead of another 2-drop. Let me look at that. I think we have to take this. These are both fine. Solid cards, but the Stormwind Champ could really be a nice finishing piece if we cement the board of this early game. I don't love these cards. I think we have to take the Nullifier, even though it's not a great card, just because it's a 4-drop. We don't have any. Armor Smith's not that exciting either. It's pretty good with like Cruel Taskmaster, but and even Blood to Ichor. If we'd gotten this earlier, I'd like to have seen it, but this is my final card, so I kind of think I have to take the 4-drop here. Abomination probably just hurts my own board too much because we have a lot of little stuff that doesn't like whirlwind effects. So we'll take the Nullifier, and we actually successfully drafted a deck without a single Karazhan card. I passed my only Karazhan card because I thought surely we'll get more. I think they're even supposed to be turned up, like the likelihood that you get one. So that's a little sad that my first ever Karazhan run is not even going to include a Karazhan card. So that said, let's try to get through this one pretty quickly. This probably end up being a 12-win deck. I may actually move this video back a little bit. If I draft another arena run here shortly that has some Karazhan cards, so I might get moved back in the spots. We'll call this the. Oh, we didn't name the deck yet. We meant to name the deck. We should have called this the Non-Karazhan Warrior. I think that's the right name. The Non-Karazhan Warrior. It even rhymes a little bit. I like it. Okay. good one drop. We'll pass back the mind control tech. I'd rather just try to get good proactive minions that contest the board. Kind of swarm him a little bit. So of course we draw the 6-drop and the card draw. But we're still okay. We've got the 1/2. It's nice. This works pretty well too if he plays a 2 health minion and this hits correctly. Alright, so the Argent Squire contests this perfectly. He may feel compelled to hero power. So this hand just got bad, actually. This is so bad for our deck. Just, what else were we going to pick, right? Alright, so we may actually have a good clear here. If this guy hits. There's a thought that we could even do this, but I doubt it. I'd rather save this for the minion. We'd be preserving a 1/1 by casting this. It's really not worth it. It's really sad that didn't hit, by the way. I mean, really, really sad. See, our hand is already bad. Like, what am I supposed to do with this hand? I mean, I can Blood to Ichor, just go face. Could Commanding Shout trade. Wouldn't really help much, though. Like, this hand is just abysmal. We can coin out a Summoning Stone next turn. I guess I could just play the Mind Control tech. It's probably just the better tempo play. I don't think we can afford to sit on it and try to pull off a swing turn. It's actually the best miss for him, I think. Oh, N'Zoth's good. It allows me to clean this up. That's pretty good draw. So I think we'll just Blood to Ichor and N'Zoth, and I guess we'll Commanding Shout too and just trade this way. We'll kill the Sorcerer instead of the Ogre Brute. So let's draw first. Slam's kind of intriguing too. It's good with Summoning Stone. Okay. So we can Summoning Stone coin, get a Wisp. We could coin the Boulder Fist too. I think we'll probably do that. It's gonna say he can't ping everything, but he can when you have Flamewaker. I really need one thing to survive. One thing did not survive. Actually, I can kill that now with a Cruel Task, though. That's probably a fortunate draw. We'll play both of these. I think we have to kill the Flamewaker. There's just too much potential value, even though he probably doesn't have spells.
Knowledge is power, and
Not a good ping. It's pretty good for us. There's no need to Shredder yet. We'll just Boulder Fist on curve. This is going to die to a ping, which is a little sad, but at least it takes some mana. We could have traded it in maybe, but the Boulder Fist is going to trade it anyway, so it's very unlikely for that trade-in to matter. It would have mattered a little, I guess. Shredder into Annoyatron, or do I just Pit Fighter Annoyatron? I guess we just Pit Fighter Annoyatron. The Pit Fighter trades a little better into the Dalaran dude. Unless he kills it this way, of course. Then this trade's fine too. But it dies, so. I'd love to see a spell to get some value out of this, otherwise we're going to run out of gas real soon. 7 damage Flame Cannon. I cannot compete with that. That is true. Yeah. I cannot compete with a 7. How much does this thing have now? It doesn't tell you specifically how much. It has 3, I guess we know. Now it has 4 spell damage. I've never actually seen one of these get a ton of value before. This is fun to watch, to tell you the truth. It's interesting. Alright, well this is our Summoning Stone turn, clearly. Do we even have enough to get through this, though? No, we have 5. I guess we have to start, though, because this is going to get pinged otherwise, so... Oh, that's a good one to get. Probably the best possible 1-drop we could have got. That's not bad either to protect our stuff. I'll go ahead and trade that in, otherwise it gets pinged, right? So we're technically not dead, I guess. 7, 10, 11 plus 2. Here's 9. Oh my god. 8 damage flame strike, boys. 8 damage flame strike, boys. Maybe I should have played the Biden Shredder. I think this game is unwinnable though. Okay. We're dead to the board though, so we'll make a bad trade. That was brutal. This guy is nuts. He actually had a ton of spells. These spells are not that common that this usually ever gets value. But he had the Flame Cannon, the Fireball, Flame Strike. This is an insane number of actual damage spells too, not just spells, but damage spells. The Non-Karazhan Warrior. I don't feel good about this deck. Don't feel good about it at all, but we'll see. There's always a chance. Okay, don't love these cards. Gotta send these back for early game. The bash is probably not too bad, but I really need a good start. Good early minions, and we didn't get a 2-drop even, which is insane. Little 1-drop. Like, we don't need this card. Deck, stop sending this my way. If I have to hero power on 2, I may actually just concede. Oh. I mean, I gotta play it, it sucks, but... This is probably good. Even if he coins out something with 4 health, we can kill it. It feels less good to kill that with 2 dudes. We're still gonna do it, but it just doesn't feel good. This might be relevant against Paladin and things like Muster for Battle, but it's just not that good against Muster for Battle. Oh, he played it. I dig it. Oh, cool. I've never seen the artwork on the other spider. That's neat. Kind of figured it'd be the same, but it's not. I guess we'll play the Brave instead of the Shredder just to protect this asset. It doesn't trade that well, obviously, but they don't kill it either, so... If he trades or doesn't trade and plays a couple dudes, our Mind Control tech can get some value next turn. So there are some advantages to kind of denying his attacks. Plus, of course, the attack on this has some value. We don't want it to trade into a 1-3 and die. Well, at least we're getting to see some other players' Karazhan cards, right? That's worth something. Play 2 dudes. Play 2 dudes. What do we think that is? Probably Noble Sacrifice, if I had to guess. Let's see, so he has 4 damage out. If I test the Noble Sac, he can theoretically kill me with a board, but I can play Direwolf and trade in if I want, or just play the Shredder for value. I could sack this to the Noble Sac and he'd only have 4 damage, unable to kill this, but this then doesn't trade all that well. So let's go ahead and test the Noble Sacrifice here. Let's test it here, because we'll just kill that thing if we can. Okay, so it looks like it's actually Avenge. So if we Avenge, one of these is going to be a 4-5, which will trade pretty well here. I guess we'll do it anyway. Not Avenge either, so maybe Repentance? Nope. Eye for an eye? I don't know what this is. It's not Redemption. It's kind of scary. We don't need the heal, so. I could kill it with my taunt. Could kill it, but I kind of want to Mind Control tech something too. I wish that the Piloted Shredder could kill it with the Direwolf, but it won't. It cannot. I wish I could play this too, but it can't. So, I bet that's the Sacred Trial. When I play my 4th minion, it will die. I should probably keep that in mind. I'll go ahead and kill it just because it's nasty. Could just go face. What does that get punished by? This has to trade here anyway. The Direwolf would trade into these two and die. Sort of for free. But that's going to happen anyway, right? So I'm just going to actually... Nah, True Silver Champion kills this too easily. Then I can't kill this. So I'm going to go ahead and make the trade. Plus... Oh, it is eye for an eye. Smaller. That's fine. Giving this taunt... probably didn't need to, but I don't want this to be the susceptible thing, so I have to give something taunt. So these both trade pretty well. Well, not well. They're going to die, but... Hammer of Wrath, okay. That sucks. I mean, the Direwolf makes it slightly good, but it still sucks. So slow. Does that really help? I guess keeps one guy alive. We can kill that, play the Destroyer. We're in a fine spot. We'll play the Destroyer over here, of course, to benefit from the Direwolf. What's he got for 1 mana? South Sea Deckhand. Well, we'll have to kill that instead. That's still okay. Actually, we probably don't have to because of the Destroyer. Maybe we still kill this. Yeah, I think we still just go ahead and kill the spider. The Destroyer will kill this anyway, so it's probably going to keep our Direwolf alive. We're not in a bad spot. We're a little behind on cards, but this is actually the best combo that we have, I think. And this is the turn to do it, so... 4 mana True Silver. True Silver could kill this. Evil Heckler. Okay, that's not so bad. I don't know if we're ever going to get a Mind Control tech off, though, because he's out of cards. It's kind of sad. Oh, crap, that's even better, because we can kill this now and save more health on this. So I'll probably trade this way, take this down to 4 health, and we'll probably bash here, trade this way. This will die, but that's fine. I don't really care. So we'll Summoning Stone over here to give the Summoning Stone the attack from the Direwolf when it fills in. What? Sick! That's like the best possible 3-drop. What a turn that was. Wow. Here comes the Quality Consecration, because I always get punished for everything. This guy's generating ridiculous value, and the Direwolf is even better. Oh, I don't even know if I'd want that. We probably just have lethal here. 12, 16, 17. No, not lethal yet. So we gotta figure out if we want to kill that or not. Let's shield block first, because it summons a dude and draws a card. Another sick one. How do we kill this? Do we scare him? No, we don't. We just concede. Or we don't concede. We wait for him to concede. Cool, got some gold and got a good win actually. Somehow the Summoning Stone actually lined up pretty nicely. That's rather rare. So this is the Non-Karazhan Warrior. This has been part 1. Not my favorite deck ever because there's no Karazhan cards, which sucks. But we got a win, so something positive. But that's going to do it for this edition of Advice Arena. Come back next time for part 2 of the Non-Karazhan Warrior. Thanks so much for watching, and game on.